If you are on Social Security or disability benefits, I have great news. A bill was introduced today in Congress that will put more money in the pockets of seniors on Social Security. And it also fulfills one of President Trump's most important goals for the year. So I am going to walk you through what this bill is about, what exactly it does to put more money in your pocket, and when I think the bill will be passed this year. Now, I want to make sure whenever I talk about Social Security increase or putting more money in the pocket of seniors, I don't just jump on the news of the day. I actually go and verify to make sure that there's an actual bill that is out there that has been put before the House and the Senate that is going to do exactly what it says it's going to do. So today I'm going to show you the evidence that this bill has actually been put in front of Congress today and is going to increase Social Security benefits for seniors. And I'm going to walk you through it. My name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. For 15 years, I have been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. I create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and other personal finance issues. If you are new here, welcome. I am glad you're here. Do me a favor, go into the comment section and let me know your city and your state. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, welcome back. I am glad you're here. So let's dive in. So I'm going to share my screen and walk you through what is happening with this breaking news. It was first reported by CNBC. Now, so here it is. It says Senator introduces new bill to eliminate taxes on Social Security. Now, you're probably thinking, didn't President Trump do this already? Well, the answer is no. And I think a lot of us have been reporting this over the last few months that the big, beautiful bill did not eliminate taxes on Social Security completely. Number one, it was a tax deduction, a 6,000 tax deduction that applied to people who make 60, who are age 65 or more. And number two, that tax deduction only lasted for 3 years. So by 2028, we were going to be back talking about tax deduction again, and it did not eliminate taxes on Social Security for everybody. Over 20% of seniors were still going to be paying taxes on Social Security. So, with that background, I want to talk about why this bill is going to increase money and put money in pockets of seniors who have been burdened by Social Security taxes for so long. So let's read it together. So this bill, let me go back to my screen. Here we go. So President Trump's big beautiful bill helps older adults who pay federal taxes on Social Security benefit with the addition of a new temporary, I want to emphasize that. It says it right here, temporary senior deduction. Now, one senator is proposing a bill that will eliminate those levies on benefits entirely. So, President Trump's big beautiful bill provides relief to certain seniors, again, certain seniors who pay taxes on Social Security, but it doesn't eliminate those levies entirely. Now, Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona introduced a bill on Thursday titled the You Earn It, You Keep It Act to eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits. A House version of the bill was introduced by Representative Angie Craig of Minnesota in April. So Gallego's bill will permanently eliminate taxes on Social Security benefits. I want to emphasize that phrase, that sentence right there. Galago's bill will permanently eliminate taxes, federal taxes on Social Security. It will also expand the Social Security payroll tax to apply to annual earnings of over 250,000. I'm going to talk about what that means and why that is a game changer, because if you're a senior citizen and you've been worried about Social Security running out of money, if you've been worried about Social Security, you know, being cut in 2032, which is what's about to happen. 25% of Social Security benefits for everybody is going to be cut in 2032 if Congress does nothing. So, in addition to eliminating taxes on Social Security, this bill is going to also try to fix Social Security for the future, specifically is going to try and fix Social Security for 75 years. I'm going to explain more about that. So let's read a little bit more. So let me make sure that you can see my screen, and then we will read together. So currently, the maximum earnings subject to Social Security payroll tax is $176,100 in 2025. Consequently, higher earners may only pay into the program for part of the year. Let me explain what that means. So, you may not know this, but Social Security taxes only apply to income of up to $176,100 in 2025. So, if you are a high income earner and you are getting wages and you make, let's say, 400,000, you may only pay Social Security taxes for maybe 5 months out of the 12 months, because once you hit the 176,000 in earnings, the rest of your paycheck is not going to be taxed for Social Security. So that's why a lot of wealthy people are avoiding Social Security on all their income, majority of their income, because they only have to pay up to 176,100. That is a problem because for about a decade now, Social Security is bringing in less money and paying in more money. So there's a deficit. That deficit is currently being taken out of the Social Security rainy day fund. That rainy day fund is not forever. It is going to run out by 2032, which is about 7 years from now. At that point, the money that is coming in from payroll taxes can only support 75% of Social Security obligations, meaning that anybody that is currently on Social Security benefits at the time and anybody that gets on Social Security by 2032 and beyond is only going to be able to get 75% of money that they are owed, because the system does not have enough money to pay you 100% of what you're owed. This bill, in addition to eliminating taxes on Social Security and putting more money in the pockets of the 20% of seniors who are still impacted by this and were not covered by the big, beautiful bill, they are also going to benefit because this bill extends the life of Social Security and avoids a disaster in the future, thereby putting even more money in the pockets of seniors and avoiding something that would have been catastrophic for a lot of seniors, because 25% of their income would have been gone. So that is what the bill is going to do. So here's the senator saying something. Let me make sure that you can see it. So I'll share my screen further and then we can read it together. It says, despite decades of paying into the system, seniors are still forced to pay taxes on their hard earned benefits, all while the ultra wealthy barely pay into the system, Gallagher said in a statement. So, the article goes on to talk about how Social Security benefits are taxed. Up to 50% of benefits may be taxed for individual tax filers with income between 24 and 34,000 and couples between 32 and 44,000. Up to 85% of benefits may be taxable for individuals with more than 34,000 in combined income and couples with more than 44,000. Now, the big beautiful bill, you see, it did help seniors because it gave you a $6,000 tax deduction. But to get the full 6,000 tax deduction, you you know it's available for individuals up to income of 75,000 and couples with 150,000. But it did not eliminate taxes on all earnings. So this particular bill, unlike the temporary deduction recently signed into law, Galagos You Earn It, You Keep It proposal will eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefit for all beneficiaries. Emphasize, it will eliminate it for all beneficiaries. To be sure, it remains to be seen whether this becomes law, but right now, there's a lot of momentum behind it, and I am confident that this proposal is one of the most interesting proposal that have been presented so far um, by anybody in Congress in order to deal with the issue of eliminating taxes on Social Security. Now, there's actually a bill. So I'm going to take you to the senator's website and then show you the actual bill so that you know that I actually brought all the receipts. So I'm going to stop sharing this image and then I'm going to go to the senator's website. But before I do that, I want to make sure that you know that this video that you're watching is sponsored by our partner, Chapter Medicare. And here is the thing. What does it mean to have peace of mind with Medicare when every day we see news about seniors being dropped from Medicare plans across the country, seniors finding out that they are in Medicare plans that does not cover things that they thought were covered? That is the situation right now, and Chapter is there to help you get a peace of mind regarding Medicare. So stay tuned till the end of this video. I am going to tell you how they do that and how you can be one of the over 2,000 of our members, 2,000 of our viewers from this channel that have called Chapter, gotten help, and gotten that peace of mind about their Medicare benefits. So let's continue with this video. Let me walk you through the senator's statement and then the legislation that is there. So Senator Galago introduced, so let's read it together. That's his website. Galago introduced the You Earn It, You Keep It Act to eliminate federal taxes on Social Security benefits without impacting the Social Security Trust Fund. So that is important because he's saying that the bill pays for itself, you know, and he goes on to say, like a lot of Americans, I have been paying into Social Security since my first job at 14. But despite decades of paying into the system, seniors are still forced to pay taxes on their hard-earned benefits. All the while, the ultra-wealthy barely pay into the system at all. You know, and then he goes on to criticize President Trump. But, you know, I'm not about politics. I'm about who is going to help seniors. And so I'm going to stay out of that. The You Earn It, You Keep It Act to eliminate federal taxes on Social Security by expanding the Social Security payroll tax to cover income above 250,000. The bill ensures that high earners pay their fair share and allows the Social Security Administration to continue to make all payments on time and in full through 2058, 24 years longer than the current projected 2034. So basically, he's adding decades to the lifespan of Social Security and making sure that seniors do not lose money when it comes to 2032, when Social Security Trust Fund is projected to run out of money, and then benefits will be cut by 25%. I also promise you that I'm going to show you the bill, actually, that is in Congress that is supposed to do this, that the senator has introduced. So let me take you to that because I like to show you all the receipts so that nobody is bent out of shape thinking that this was just clickbait. There is actually a bill out there that is drafted and ready to go. So here it is, and I'm going to read a little bit of it. It says the 119th Congress, which is the Congress we're in now, and to amend the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 to repeal right here. So I want you to see that is the first sentence in the bill, and I want to make sure that you can see that. Yes, you can see that. So it says to repeal the inclusion of gross income of Social Security benefits and for other purposes. Mr. Galago introduced the following bill, which was read twice and referred to the committee. So this is the bill that is about to be going through Congress to make it happen. This act may be cited as the You Earn It, You Keep It bill, and a repeal of inclusion in gross income of Social Security benefits. And then everything is in Senate language. I'm not going to bore you with that. But so this is happening. I'm going to keep an eye on it. There's a House version of the bill that is already out there. And that was introduced earlier. And so the bill is in the House and the Senate. And for a bill to pass and be signed into law, it has to go through the House and the Senate. Now, it fulfills President Trump's goal of eliminating taxes on Social Security. That's what he wanted to do. He couldn't do it in the big, beautiful bill because they were using the reconciliation process, and you cannot use reconciliation process to do a big Social Security change. So now Congress now has an opportunity to actually do what the president wanted to do but could not do, and actually bring relief, permanent relief to seniors that are paying taxes on Social Security, and also save Social Security for the future so that by 2032, no senior will lose money on their Social Security benefits. All right. So before I have another news I want to introduce to you, which came from the New York Times today and got me really excited because it said something that I've always believed to be true. But now you have a big news organization also backing it up with data. And then I feel like it's some form of vindication. So here we go. So the New York Times came out today and said Americans' most valuable asset isn't stock or a home, it's Social Security. I mean, that's huge. So let me explain why that is and why you should care about this. For the vast majority of people, the stream of proposed retirement check is worth more than anything else, our columnist says. So I'm going to read a little bit for you. It says Social Security is the most valuable thing most Americans have. You know, the statement is true for nearly everyone except those in the top 10% of the wealth distribution in the United States. And for people right in the middle, Social Security amounts to roughly one third of their total wealth on average, according to an eye opening study by the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office. For poorer people, Social Security isn't just the most valuable asset they've got, it can be absolutely crucial. The difference in old age between destitution and a bare modicum of survival. It helps the people with disabilities and children as well as older Americans. Social Security lifts more people out of poverty than any government program, according to a separate study by the independent research institute, the Center for Budget and Policy Priorities. Anything this important ought to receive far more attention and respect than it is been getting. Instead, Social Security is a neglected responsibility of the political classes and a precious 90-year legacy that has been allowed to fall into disrepair. So, okay, now that I've said all that, why should you care? Well, here's the thing. You know, every I'm gonna read a certain part of it and then I'm gonna actually prove the point. So stay with me for a second here. So there is a part of it that it says that consider this: if Social Security is your most valuable asset, and it is for 9 out of 10 households, according to the Congressional Budget Office, protecting Social Security ranks among the most important thing that will help you financially. Right? That is true, because if the most important thing for 9 out of 10 households, then protecting it is going to be the most important thing. But it says that um, the Senate or the House or politicians are not taking it seriously. And I'm going to go to that section. Here we go. Yeah, the so-called news. So this is what it is saying. The whole point is that they know that is the most valuable asset, but they are not doing anything or not doing enough to protect it. So I mean, and I just told you about a bill that is supposed to help protect it. But does that go far enough? So let's talk about it. So what he's saying here is that bad news about Social Security Trust Fund appears annually like clockwork. It is dutifully reported nearly everywhere. This June, for example, the system's trustee announced that the main trust fund, the one that pays retirees and survivor benefits, will run out in 2033. Well, I've been hearing 2032. Benefit will be trimmed by 23%. I've been hearing up to 25% if Congress does not take action before then, right? And so, what action needs to be taken? Congress needs to bring in more money, or Congress needs to slow down how much money is going out of the system. And talking about clockwork, the fact that every time they are reporting what is going to happen if the trust fund runs out of money. Well, I found an article just today, by the US News and World Report. It was released on September the 2nd. how a Social Security 24% Social Security cut could impact your retirement in 2032. So the number, everybody has their own date. Some people believe it's going to be 2032. The New York Times thinks it's 2033. The senator thinks it's 2034. We don't know, but it's between 2032 and 2034. But the point is that something needs to be done. And so you're getting this scary news articles every time. The clock is ticking on a massive cut in Social Security benefit for retirees. So what can be done? There is a lot that can be done. And I have recorded videos talking about some of the options of what needs to be done, including what the senator is trying to do, remove the cap so that people pay Social Security taxes on all their income. Or you can raise the Social Security tax rate from 12.4%. Some people are saying 16.4 over a 5-year period. Or you can increase the retirement age, which a lot of seniors do not want. Or you can cut cost of living adjustment even further, because that's still money coming out of the Social Security system. That is going to make a lot of seniors unhappy. So the best solution to fix Social Security, in my opinion, is to remove the payroll cap. Everybody pays Social Security taxes on all their income, because think about it this way. Somebody making 50,000 will pay Social Security taxes on all their income. Somebody making 100,000 will pay Social Security taxes on their income. Somebody making 150,000 will pay Social Security taxes on all their income. But somebody making 200,000 only pays Social Security taxes on the first 176,000. Somebody making $1 million only pays Social Security on the first 176,100. So you get the point. By eliminating the cap, you put everybody in the pot and make them pay Social Security taxes on everything. And that brings in more money and helps us avoid this cliff that we hear about every single week from a news organization about how this is coming and why something needs to be done. So that is what I wanted to share with you today. And I wanted to conclude and fulfill my promise on Medicare. How do you get a peace of mind about Medicare? And let me tell you, every week there is something about Medicare plans being dropped. Recently, an insurance provider just dropped millions of people from their plan, or some are leaving specific states. And remember, traditional Medicare doesn't cover everything. It only covers 80%. So you have to go get your own drug plan. You have to go get your own prescription drug plan, your own dental, your own vision, etc., hearing, all that. So you have to go out there and get some private insurance, health insurance for that. But how do you know what Medicare plan is good for you? How do you know what Medicare plans meet your own needs? A lot of seniors go through the 24,000 plans that are out there. They get spooked and feel overwhelmed. And then they pick the plan that they know that their friend is on or their family member is on. And that is not always the best plan. So 90% of all seniors end up in the wrong Medicare plan, and it's going to cost you money. The average retiree spends $300,000 on Medicare during their retirement, out of pocket, and it's going to affect your health, because there's nothing worse than needing medical care and realizing that your Medicare plan does not cover what you need. And so, how do you solve it? By working with a trusted Medicare advisor. The Trump administration, the Justice Department, sued a whole bunch of Medicare advisory companies for misleading seniors. Chapter, who we're working with, wasn't one of those people, because we know that Chapter is there not to sell you anything, not to push anybody's plan. They are there to help you get the best plan for you. And that's why over 2,000 of our viewers have reached out to Chapter and have gotten help and that peace of mind that I'm talking about with their Medicare plan. So give them a call today, 539-205-2147. And if you call, these are the people you're going to be talking to, real people waiting for you to talk about your Medicare needs and help you get the best plan. And here's what they will do. They will look at your current plan. And if you're in the best plan in your area, they'll tell you. And if you're not, they'll show you all your options and help you save $1,100 a year on Medicare. In today's hyperinflation environment, that is nothing to sneeze about. Or you can go to askchapter.org/insider. If you rather just fill out a form and have them call you, then do that. I'm going to put that link in the description to this video. It's also going to be in the comments to this video. I'm going to pin it. Just call them or fill out the form and you'll be glad you did. The goal is to get peace of mind about Medicare. Chapter will help you get that peace of mind, knowing that you've gotten the best coverage for your needs and that you're getting the maximum out of Medicare, something you've paid into, have earned, and deserve. So give Chapter a call today. Now, before I let you go, if you haven't heard the news, we recently launched a community. We wanted to go beyond YouTube and engage with our audience in a deeper level and cover all the topics that we are not able to cover on YouTube. Let's face it, YouTube is about news, things that are happening right now. But retirement is more than just what's happening in the news. There are things that seniors want to talk about. Employment, a lot of seniors are going back to work. How do you get the best job as a senior citizen? Caregiving, a lot of seniors want to age in place. How do you have that discussion? Maximizing your benefits and getting everything you deserve, every dollar, every advantage. How do you explore that? Senior perks and public assistance, private assistance, all these things that are out there for seniors that could help you save money and get the best out of retirement. You know, we talk about Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, other other assistance programs that could really make a difference that a lot of seniors are just not too knowledgeable about to be able to tap it into it, something that they probably have earned. And then we talk about the community aspect of it, seniors learning from each other and feeling like they have a place where they belong, they feel heard, they feel seen. And I'm going live every week answering questions. You can ask me a question on the platform directly. And so I know a lot of seniors want to see something before they believe it. So I'm going to share with you and take you to an inside view of this community so that you can see for yourself. So here is what it looks like. You know, if you sign up, here is what the community looks like. So you can see a lot of people are already engaging, they are asking questions, they are commenting on things. It is a private community that you can engage with like-minded people that we call the benefits insider circle. And the best part is that we every guide that we release, every helpful guide that we release, you get it for free. So let me show you an example of a guide that I just released recently, a few days ago, and it went into the community for free. So I've been talking about what kind of topics do we address in this community. We talk about jobs also. How can you make an extra $500 to $1,000 as a senior? Well, I've written a whole guide pointing you in the right direction of exactly where you should be looking. And it's all available to members of this community for free. So I'm going to put the link in the description, in the comments. Check it out and see if it's for you. It's been an amazing experience for everybody that has joined. They've gotten so much value out of it that I think that you would too. And so check it out and see if joining the benefits insider circle is something that would enhance your retirement. So that's all I have to cover today. I am glad that you hang out with me this Friday evening. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you tomorrow. If you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow.